mudslide. Oh my god, look at it. You join us for the first steps of my journey cycling from England to Australia, with my friend Seb coming with me to tackle our first month, cycling to Venice. As we hop off the ferries my bike Solange, this means first crossing the windy plains of northern France and Belgium, and then, the complete cyclist noobs we are, tackling the Alps. It was time to get continental. Seb's bike is called Claude Butler and it is currently Solange 1, Claude Butler 1, because Solange got a puncture in London, and we are about 30 metres from the start of our day after camping, and Claude has now got a puncture as well. So we continued along the baking hot plains of northern France, and then, after a fair few days of wild camping, decided to have a look at a website a friend had told us about, which connects you with a community of other people who travel by bike, and, as luck would have it, a couple called Mello and Clem invited us round to stay for the night. I'm just honestly amazed with the kindness of strangers. They've just opened up their home, a beautiful lighthouse. They've cooked us dinner, letting us stay upstairs, showed us their garden.
North of France.
Northern France.
Northern France.
We are friends.
Very good.
But
Recommend.
French people, the real French people, complain all the time.
Say Belgium's more friendly.
Yeah.
More friendly. Oh. Well,
A lot of people do say
them
that.
two are fighting with us, but we're going to both, so we'll find out. So we left the next morning with a smile on our face. They even left us their keys to lock up while they went to work. But on we went to the city of Lille, signing some autographs along the way. Bonjour! Then it was on to country number 3, Belgium. It's proper riding. It is a thunderstorm and it is completely flooded everywhere, and luckily I have the proper man's footwear of sandals. But don't worry, because I have the power, the waterproof German power of Ortlieb, who make my panniers. So my stuff will be kept dry, but I won't be getting this out again. It's raining a whole lot, so I've decided to tackle these geezers in a Belgian pub without cup of Jupiler, ballon français. And Guy have taken them out for dinner when I was expecting to be camping in a field. Donc, bonsoir et merci beaucoup à Guy and Anne. Merci beaucoup. Merci. So in Belgium, once again, the kindness of strangers warmed our hearts as we headed south into the forested Ardennes region, staying with some family friends before heading on to the cute little country of Luxembourg. Luxembourg! So alongside German, French and English, almost 80% of the population also speaks Luxembourgish, which has a lot of similarities with German and sounds like this.
Et huet auch seg Avantagen, net ass eng Spruch, die vun nëmmen zu Lettzeburg geschwat gët, Teech mir si quasi forcéiert polyglott ze ginn, mir schwätzen Deitsch, Franzéich an Englisch.
So as you might expect from the country with the second highest GDP per capita in the world, it's a beautiful little place, with a peaceful park inside a valley in the centre of its capital, Luxembourg City. But we carried on nonetheless into France's Alsace-Lorraine region, camping, staying with Pierre, another warm showers host, and heading for Strasbourg on the France-German border. It was Ascension Day in Strasbourg, and since I've been keeping to my £7 a day budget so easily, I decided to join in the festivities and try the local speciality, tarte flambée, in a riverside restaurant. Over the border in Germany's Black Forest, we camped by a lake and I opened my A-level results and went for a celebratory swim. Everyone was super nice to us in Germany, and our English stereotype that Germans are a colder, less friendly people was quickly smashed, with an old lady even chucking us 2 ice creams as we went for a paddle near her house, and showing us a photo of her cycle touring with her husband. Dankeschön, Dankeschön. Everyone in Germany does bike touring. Auf Wiedersehen, auf Wiedersehen. We camped in a vineyard and headed with a ton of other German cyclists on the cycle paths around the beautiful Lake Constance before crossing first into Austria and then Liechtenstein, microstate number 2 and country number 7, as we nervously got ourselves ready for the stormy Alps. This puts Luxembourg City to shame. It is by far smaller, population of only 5,000 people. That's smaller than Anstey, the village where I went to school, and it's a capital city. Amazing! So, Liechtenstein, surprisingly, although it's sandwiched between Austria and Switzerland, has actually been flat to get here because it's in a valley in between the Alps, but the flatness goes no further. It's the morning, and that means we survived. Last night was a little bit of a scary one, because you see these mountains, you couldn't see them because of the grey clouds, impenetrable. The lightning was so bright you could see it in your tent and just lit up the whole thing. A little bit scary, but it was alright. I played my ocarina. Can't be scared of heights here. Oh my goodness, look down there. Just look. And I've cycled from sea level at Dunkirk all day. Oh. From this point on, the only way was up, and since Seb had decided to take a bus over the last bit of the Alps to spend more time in Italy, it left me to finish the last bit of the mountain range solo in dramatic fashion. Mudslide! Oh my god! Look at this! Jesus Christ! Oh my days! Woo! Hey! I may as well push on, I think. There's another mudslide here. One on a bridge I have to cross. I'm gonna go for it, but it's very ferocious. If you can see, the river I just crossed seconds ago is now flooded. The mud is spilling over the bridge. It's now hurling logs. Okay, I think the flood's gonna be heading my way. I made it over that 15 seconds ago. I could not pass that now on a bike. So I've survived the Alps so far, and I've just come to this little tavern in the Alps, and it's pretty cold, and these kind people have not only spoken to me and warmed my heart, but they've also warmed my hands, bought me a hot chocolate, and given me £5 for as much pasta as I can eat, I think. So thank you so much, you kind Swiss people. So. We made it! The Offen Pass. Oh, look at that! 2,100 metres! Easy, mate. Surprisingly, despite cycling up for days and days, the main steep part of the descent only took a single afternoon, bringing me down into Italy's Sud Tyrol region, where they mainly speak a High German dialect rather than Italian. I don't think there could be a much more fitting place for mine and Seb's adventures to come to an end than Italy, which is just incredibly beautiful in everything from its mountains and food to its architecture. And we rolled into Venice for a week of rest, feeling like champions. And finally, all the way from Dover, I've cycled to the sea, and what a feeling. Wow, quite a long way since my last swim in the sea in Dover. 1,000 miles in fact. All on 2 wheels, and it feels good. 1 month down, but Australia was still a long way away, and the Balkans awaited. See you next time. Se vidimo naslednich for the next episode of The SOLCYCLE. You're a failure.
I'm having cereal for dinner tonight.